Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of the Awarenezzz Podcast. Today with our guest Drew. How are you? Tell us about yourself.
Good. Just happy to be here. Play basketball here at Tech. That covers.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So tell us a little bit about your background, how you started playing basketball.
I think I started playing when I was about 4 or 5. My dad played overseas. He played at Purdue Fort Wayne, actually, right down the road. And I've been introduced to it since I was a young kid, and it's just been in me ever since.
Where did you play overseas?
He played in Spain, Chile, Iceland, Dominican Republic, a couple other countries. Played 8 seasons.
That's nice. That's nice. Did you have the chance to meet any other countries?
No,
Or was
I've
it before
never
you?
been. I've never been out of the U.S. yet, actually. So no, I've not
Okay,
been able to go
okay.
in any other countries yet.
Tell us a little bit about that process growing up. How you started playing basketball, how you started to get a better level, and finally you got here, which is the college level.
Yeah, I mean, it's big, it's just like every other thing you do. It takes time and it takes skill, and I mean, you have to work on those things every day, just like you guys do. I mean, it's just something you do every day. If you want to get better at, you got to do it every day. So, I mean, I think that was the biggest thing for me. I mean, genetics are definitely part of it too. I mean, having tall parents doesn't hurt, but also, that's not, it's not the only thing that can benefit it. You have to work out every day. You have to train every day to be the best you can. And I think that's what's gotten me to this point is my work ethic, and my skills.
Was your dad supporting you a lot throughout your college or like your basketball career?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think he's ever not supported me any step of the way. I think he's supported me in everything I've done. Am I sure that he's probably a little happier it's basketball than, say football or baseball or something else? Probably, yeah. But I wanted to do basketball. It's not just because of him. And I mean, I love doing it, and I'll continue to do it until I can't anymore.
And how important was having that role model for you, like somebody that you can look up and that was supporting you?
Oh, massive for sure. I mean, if I didn't have anybody to introduce me to how to play basketball the right way and what to do, I mean, I'm not sure if I would ever play basketball, so I probably would have played some other sport like I just said. So it was big, a guy that had played professional basketball overseas, and then someone who's taught me the game since I was, basically able to talk and walk. I mean, it's, pretty easy to do when you're learning from a dude who knows the game really well.
You would say you grew up in a competitive household? Do you have siblings?
I'm the biggest competitor you'll ever meet in your life. I mean, we could be bowling and just having fun, or we could be playing arcade games and I'm trying to beat you. Like, I don't care. And yeah, I have one sibling, a little brother. He plays Division I basketball at Liberty. He's a freshman this year. Yeah, we were competitive growing up. We never wanted to lose to each other. Never wanted to lose to dad playing one-on-one outside. So I've been the biggest competitor. I think I'm probably one of the biggest competitors you'll ever meet.
You mentioned discipline before. How does discipline look for you? Like, were you waking up early every day to train, or what were those things that you call discipline that really help you to step up your game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't wake up, every day early at 6 a.m. like some of these dudes do and work out all the time. But those workouts would happen here and there where I'd go to the gym and get shots up with dad at 6 a.m. probably once or twice a month, maybe if I couldn't fit it in the evening or something. Or I'd go do weights in the morning or something. But normally my schedule usually looked like, just wake up, eat breakfast, go to school, and then if I didn't have practice, I'd go work out with my trainer or trainers, I usually did about 3 workouts a day. I did lifts, and then I did 2 basketball workouts usually a day if we didn't have like a school practice yet or something. So yeah, I mean, I worked my tail off trying to make sure I could get to this point every day.
Because I think a misconception a lot of people have is that you need to have a morning routine. You have to wake up at 5 a.m. and that's what they call discipline. But what you're saying, like, you don't necessarily need to wake up at these times. It's just to get the job done,
Yeah, for sure.
Even where you're not feeling like it, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have time to get it done in the evening, why not just do it then instead of waking up at 5 in the morning and
if you're more productive in the evening too.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I'm not trying to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning every single day and just be like, man, got to do this again. Because like you said, it's just the discipline part of you got to do it every day, even the days you don't want to. Sometimes you still got to be able to do it because, I mean, I want to be the best, and I keep that in the back of my mind every day. Like, I want to be the best version of me, so like working on every day is how I work towards that. And just having those goals, I think, and reminding yourself of those goals is the reason that you do it every day as well. So I think that's a big factor of it as well too.
Do you plan your day like the night before, or you just wake up and see what you want to improve yourself?
I'm not a big planner necessarily. Normally I have a good idea of what I'm going to do already, but I'm not necessarily saying, okay, at a certain time I'm going to go to the gym, or at like 10 o'clock I'm going to eat, or 11 o'clock. It's more like I'll wake up and we'll have team lift usually Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And then I'll come back, shower, go eat, and then go to class, and then come here and then shoot, and then get ready before practice, and then basically that's the end of my day pretty much. I mean, work out by myself, lift with the team, and then team practice, and usually call it a day after that. So usually that's what it looks like.
Yeah, that goes back to my point, like, you don't necessarily have to do whatever, like, what it says in the YouTube videos, that you have to wake up early, journal every night.
Yeah, some of these dudes are...
Yeah, just doing things with intention.
Some of these dudes lie about some of the stuff they do, but...
You have to do things with intention, right?
100%.
So if you know that's what it takes to get better, like, you're doing things with that intention.
And I mean, if you're waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning, how motivated are you, and how hard are you trying to get that thing done, instead of going at 2 or 3 and being more motivated with the intention, like you said, of 100% being focused and locked in, of getting better, instead of at 6 or 7 in the morning being 50% or 60%, just going through the motions instead of going through drills or going through shooting whatever you're doing a lot harder than just going through the motions in the morning. I'd rather do that every day.
Just every has to just find their own routine. Like for me, I'm not a morning person. Like in the morning, if we have practice, I have to wake up first, get ready, get into my focus. But in the evening, I'm like focused already. I had the whole day before me. So yeah.
That's why it's very important to like know yourself and know where you can perform better, and target those places when you can perform better. Because that's when the growth happens,
Yeah, for sure.
Because as you say, like, if you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, you're at 50%.
Yeah.
There's not going to be much progress, and there's not really much
You're not going to get much out of it.
Just to tell people that you woke up 5 a.m.
Yeah, you're going to ask yourself, why am I not getting anything out of it? It's because you're not going as hard as what you should be, because, you're not doing it with the same intention or, same motivation, like you said. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I would rather go hard in the evening than just go through the motions in the morning and just get it done.
Yeah, it's perfect, man. So I wanted to ask you also, when was that? Was there like a point, I don't know, probably 12, 13, I don't know how it was about you, where you realized, okay, I can do something big with this. I really want to take this very seriously.
I don't know what age that probably happened. Probably my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
I kind of realized if I really wanted to be good at this, then I was going to have to put in the work every single day. So that's what I did. I mean, put in the work every day, and I kind of realized I could potentially, get my school paid for this, and that's what I worked towards every day, and it happened. So I mean, I'm not too mad at myself for it.
And you already mentioned your father. Was there any other mentor or role model that you had while you were growing up?
For sure, yeah. All my trainers, I would say, were big mentors growing up, because I mean, they'd give me advice on how to play better. How could they not be a mentor of mine if they're teaching me how to be better at basketball?
Perfect.
Because they're giving me advice about everything. I would say those are probably my main mentors growing up. Were coaches, my dad, and then trainers. I would say necessarily were probably the biggest mentors in my life. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else that was a big mentor other than trainers, coaches, and my parents. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you have any, I'm now talking about each game, how you prepare for each game, which I believe is something very big. Do you have any routine that you followed over the years? Or something that you do, not even routine, like something that you do that gets you like in the right mindset to play?
Maybe like a hype song before the game.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I really just go out there and play basketball.
Just go out there and play basketball?
Yeah, not too big of a deal.
Okay.
To me, at least.
How was the process to come here to college? Like, okay, you were good. You went from the freshman year, you started getting better. How was the process to come here to college? Did you already have that picture in your mind?
Oh yeah, I wanted to play college basketball ever since I was a young kid. It was a big deal for me growing up. I mean, it's what I worked forward to every day. So I mean, I just worked my tail off to get to that point. So I mean, it was definitely the biggest goal of mine until it became a reality. So I mean, yeah, it was big for me growing up for sure.
What was like your criteria for choosing this college here? Like, do you want like a big school or like a nice city?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a sports management major, so I mean, I wanted to go to a place that wasn't in the middle of nowhere necessarily. So like Fort Wayne, and like I had a couple other offers from like schools that were in the middle of nowhere other than like here. And then I had St. Francis as well over there, and then I had another school that was probably about 5 minutes from Cincinnati, so also a pretty big city. But then all the other schools were small schools, and they didn't maybe have sports management. So it was just really just finding that major, as well as finding the coaches I bonded with the best, as well as finding that city, because I didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere either, especially as a sports management major. So I mean, that was the criteria for me necessarily. And like I said, also the coaches we have here are great. I think they're better than every other school that I talked to by far. So that was also the biggest part, and then everything else, just the criteria I just mentioned, was just the cherry on top.
And are you happy so far with the academic part of the college?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, academics are what they are. I mean, I'm not a big fan of class, like a lot of people, I'm sure. But I mean, I want to get my college degree because I know at some point the ball is going to stop bouncing. I'm not a Kentucky or Duke. I'm not going to be a one and done. So I mean, this is life. I mean, I'm going to have a job after basketball. So yeah.
You mentioned your coaches. What are those things that your coaches have that make them better than the ones you've spoken before?
I think they see the game differently than some of the coaches I've had before. I mean, I've had great coaches. That's not a diss on anybody, but I mean, at the college level, everything is so detail oriented down to everything. I mean, in high school, we were focused on the details as well, but here it's way more detail oriented. So I think they just see it a lot differently than what some coaches do at different levels, because there's just levels to this than what there is when you're playing AAU or playing high school. It's just way different. So I mean, yeah, I think they see a lot more than what some of the coaches at the high school and AAU level do. So I think they're a lot more detail oriented. I think that's the biggest part of it. I mean, at the end of the day.
Okay, and then in the communication part, and also in like the person they are, do you also think like they play a big part on how the team performs?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, like in the communication part, how they are as a person. Is apart from the basketball part of it, do you think they play a big part on how the team performs?
I think they let us know what we need to do. I mean, we have our key focuses every game and every practice of what we want to work on and what we want to get better at. So I would say they definitely influence it for sure, but I wouldn't say they can full out help us necessarily. They point us in the right direction, but we got to go out there and perform and execute every night.
And I think that's part of what makes like a great athlete, right?
Yeah.
So that you don't have to be told everything. Like you just have to be oriented, and then you can find the resources, or given the resources, so you can find the solutions, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I also just wanted to ask you maybe an advice you have now that you're a college student, you're at this level. There's a lot of people that trying to get to this level. Is there any advice that you have for all these people trying to get to this level?
Like I said earlier, I mean, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication. That's the biggest part. I mean, if you're disciplined enough to go work out every day, I mean, if you're taking days off in high school, then I mean, and it's a weekday, I mean, that should tell you all you need to know right there. I mean, I was working out Monday through Friday, Saturdays, Sundays mostly too in high school, and just working my tail off. I mean, 2 workouts a day if we didn't have practice. Even when we did have practice, I'd go work out with my trainer after that, and I'm still getting my lifts in every day too. I mean, it's not easy, man, but I mean, if you love it and that's what you want to do, that's what you got to do every single day with an intention of getting better every day.
I think people sometimes underestimate how hard it is,
Yeah.
And they believe that because they're working out 3 times a week, they can make it. But there's another guy that's working 5 times a week, 3 times a day,
For sure, yeah.
So it's like you have to multiply that,
For sure, you got to be motivated to tell yourself, hey, I got to go do this because somebody might be working harder than me.
Of course.
So, like, why not have that mindset every day of what you want to do,
Of course, man, of course. I find it very valuable what you just said, because I'm a very fan of that. Like, you have to work hard for. If you want something, you have to go chase it,
Yeah, for sure.
You can't expect it to happen if you don't do anything. I believe that was a very valuable advice you gave to them. Now, if you're okay with that, we can run through some rapid fire questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
About basketball, just to
For sure.
to see what you think about it.
You ready?
Ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
So, who's your favorite this season to win the finals in the NBA?
I'm a big Lakers fan, so I want the Lakers to win. I'm a big LeBron fan. Lakers are 3-0 right now. If I had to pick a team that wasn't the Lakers, though, I'd probably pick the Celtics. They look really good right now, but I hate the Celtics.
So you're going for the rival, bro?
Yeah, I mean, they look really good right now. They just won last year. They've been shooting the crap out the ball, but I mean, don't count out the Lakers. They're 3-0. They look great. I'm a big Lakers guy.
Okay. What's your favorite basketball coach? You have a favorite basketball coach?
Like NBA, college.
Just.
I would say Coach K at Duke probably was the guy I looked up to the most growing up because I wanted to play at Duke. That was my dream school growing up, so I'd say Coach K.
So next question, would you rather dunk on someone or hit the game-winning three-pointer?
I think I'd rather hit the game winner. I mean, nothing feels better to me than making sure you help your teammates out and everybody's happy you just won. So, I mean, I think I'd rather win than dunk on somebody.
Yeah. Favorite sneaker to hoop in?
Ooh, probably. I love Kobe's. Worn out pretty much every pair I own, but I love Kobe 6s and Kobe 8s. So between those two, for sure.
Okay.
So your favorite basketball moment so far in your career?
Ooh. In high school, we went pretty far. We went to the regional final before we lost to go to state. So I would say just winning those games, because you're going every day. You're wondering every day, like, is this the last practice? Because you don't know yet. Because you're playing every game. Like, is this my last game? So I would say winning those games and just having the feeling of get a few more practices left with your guys that you've just grown up with and just battled with your whole life. So I would say, just having those days where we kept winning and winning and winning until we lost were some of the most fun moments of my life, for sure.
Okay, are you a trash talker or not?
A trash talker?
Yeah.
I don't start it necessarily. No, if somebody wants to piss me off or say something, then it'll light a fire under me, and I'll let them know about it.
Okay. So you don't start it, you just respond to it.
If it needs a response, then I will respond if needed.
That's how I do it as well. You let them know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big trash talker.
So at what age was
I'll finish it.
At what age was your first dunk?
Ooh, 14, 15? I think 15. I think I was a freshman going, I think it was the summer of going into my sophomore year, so right around before I turned 16. So I think I was around 15.
Is that a normal thing, like a normal age, 15 for basketball?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, freshman year of high school, sophomore year of high school. I mean, some dudes were dunking in 8th grade back then, but I mean, it's normal for 6th graders to be dunking now. But I mean, yeah, I think going into my freshman summer, going into my sophomore year of high school, right before I turned 16, I think it was the first time I dunked.
Okay, I know you already said you like LeBron.
Yeah.
But who do you think is better, LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron. LeBron's a good. I think LeBron's the greatest player to ever touch basketball. I think he's the greatest all-around player ever. I mean, he's in year 22, almost 40 years old, and just had a triple-double last night. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to compare to him ever. I mean, his body, the way he can just still, at 40 years old, that's a middle-aged man going out there and just still a top 5 player in the NBA, just going out there and dominating every night still. I mean, I don't think people necessarily understand how crazy that is. He's 40 years old. My dad at 40 had a blown-out knee and was working a 9 to 5 because he couldn't play anymore when he was 28. I mean, playing at 40 is just crazy to me, especially at a very high level.
The highest level.
The highest level, and dominating.
Yeah. That's what you said before, the discipline. You see this guy, I've heard, I don't know where, he spends $1 million.
Yeah, usually over $1 million on his body every year. He's had the same trainer from his first year in the NBA until now, and they go through pregame routines of making sure he's all ready to go, and they go through postgame stuff like cryotherapy and red lighting and the chambers he sits in. I mean, that stuff's insane, and you have to devote so much time and resources and money like he is to do that. I mean, I think I'd do the same if I was him, though, if I wanted to stay at that high level he's at right now, almost 40 years old, dominating. But I mean, I think it's worth it.
Just the fact that he's playing with his kid, like.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever see that ever again. He's like I said, he's a 39, almost 40-year-old man. Performing at a high level, and I don't think anybody will ever be able to do that ever again. Your body just breaks down, and he's just one of those guys to keep it steady and keep Father Time, avoiding it for now.
For sure, man. But bro, it was very, very nice having you here, man.
Yeah,
really appreciate
you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you for the time, man. So see you guys the next time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more content like this.